Boop. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Sure. Hey, so thank you for the raid.
53 years.
I appreciate it. It's not sick. It was 53 months. Oh my god, it has been 53 whole years.
Jesus.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I hope you're doing well. It's been a little while since we've played some Duh and Duh, but we're back. We're prepared to roll some dice and stuff. No sadness here today.
No. Even though the title, I'm pretty sure I put funeral in the title. No.
Yeah, Nope, no sads here. As a brief recap of what happened last time, we started our session deep in a lair, a spooky lair, that belonged to Paeldron Kassadit, who was previously a wizard, currently a spooky undead wizard. He's a spooky undead wizard because you suspect at some point he was killed by Caspian Kinshire, someone that you guys are aware is being removed from history. Caspian Kinshire is being removed from history, and it appears that in some twisted magical fuckery, things that are associated with his past are coming back to life, and they're causing some ruckus. There's been all sorts of ruckus that you've had to deal with so far, and this particular ruckus started your encounter by having a nice little chat with you about how he hated adventurers because they killed him once. And then he baited you into a trap and tried to obliterate you, and then decided instead of killing you, he would toy with you some more, and drew you further into his lair, where you were like, haha, fuck you, and actually kicked his ass. It was close though. You guys had a pretty close call a couple of times, and we suffered some sanity damage whilst we were in this particular engagement, because it was an especially spooky, scary lair, as our game was on Halloween, so I made sure to make it extra spooky, scary. But after poking around in the lair a little bit more, you're trying to leave after nearly started suffering from amnesia. Paeldron Kassadit, the spooky wizard, said, "Where you going, bro? Where you trying to leave? You getting out of here?" And you had a big old fight. Anyway, during that fight, unfortunately, Randall suffered from some more sanity damage and had the compulsion to eat something gross. Randall interpreted that as, I gotta go dunk my head in this big old vat of memory juice, and did precisely that. Big old dunk of the head in memory juice. That had some repercussions, some that will not be immediately obvious, but the first is that Randall has started to experience some hallucinations and some very vivid memories that he has never experienced before, as far as Randall is aware, at least. Mm-hmm. Randall remembers some key moments in his youth where Caspian Kinshire, hung out with you, threw a frisbee around the garden, gave you some gifts. In fact, at one point you remember being at the Kinshire Manor in Nesmith, the place that you guys currently use as your base of operations. The weird thing about this is that you don't really remember that ever happening before. Until, you dunked your head in that water and that juice. This wasn't a thing. You got some goop in your mouth, and then suddenly you're remembering all this stuff. Very weird.
Very
weird
indeed.
Very weird. Spooky, scary. As you were leaving the lair, a door that was previously locked was now open, and inside was a book and some magical runes scrawled on the floor. As Randall entered the room, the book opened, its pages unfurled, and upon inspection, it appears that this book is some form of journal, at least in part, describing Paeldron Kassadit's attempts at petitioning some kind of greater power. And we will start our session today with a little bit of what's going on with Randall. What's happening over there, old buddy, old pal? But before we do that, we'll do prompts. So our prompt today is, if your character could have superpowers, what would they be? The person that gave us this prompt is the streamer. Wow. Oh my goodness. Preferential treatment.
But which one?
The one streamer. The one streamer. Regardless.
One true.
We will do prompts if you guys want to. Yeah, you give us one in. There's your name after it. If you want to give us prompts, it would be great because prompts are hard,
Even if you are the streamer.
Even if you're the
Or
streamer.
even if you aren't the streamer, in fact.
Thank you,
Feel
Katie.
free to give us some prompts because prompts are tough. We've got some good ones in here, but sometimes they're a bit heavy. Sometimes they're a bit too easy. Sometimes they're a bit too similar to something we've already done. So it's very difficult to hit the spot.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have Enjoy commercials over there? Okay.
No.
Enjoy's got nuts, but mounds don't because. Anyway, continue.
Okay, I was kind of hoping that would continue, but
It's just that over and over again.
okay.
It's their little like jingle from forever ago.
Oh my goodness, so many hearts in the chat right now.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
My God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Oh my goodness, look at all this, so many hearts.
I can make them look at each other again.
God.
I like that a lot. Okay, so we're gonna start our prompts today with Jack. Haiku. Look what you did. Remember that time you said that you never get to go first? Remember that?
Yeah. And it's worked perfectly because I actually wanted to go first. So,
Oh no, I've been reverse psychology.
Shit.
Haha.
Oh, I fell for his
you've been
ruse.
bamboozled.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, what would Haiku's superpower be if they had superpowers?
I haven't thought of an answer yet. I'm joking. The power to change size, Ant-Man-esque.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the reasoning behind that?
Well, being a turtle who obsessively hoards everything, it's quite difficult to get around some places, like small doors, archways, corridors, even getting out of bed. So to be able to shrink a bit would be quite nice.
Yeah.
Equally, being able to increase and make myself bigger would also be useful. So I could store more stuff. So however I
Store more
felt.
stuff. I like that idea. I think that's a very good answer. I think that suits your character very well. Okay, we're moving on. We're going to randomize the order. Nurali, you're next.
Ooh.
Jesus.
I've got all the power here.
What superpower could Nurali have? She's got superpowers because she's got an app for that. Just spells are a superpower.
She's got an app for that.
Yeah. Like, I can fly, I can make things appear, I can move real fast if I need to.
Can you remember things?
Not right now.
Can you remember things? Wow. Oh my god. Bit harsh. Bit harsh, Docs.
But that's
bit
a
harsh.
temporary condition. Not that she knows that.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, that is I suppose the limitation of this question doesn't take into consideration that some people in D&D just have superpowers. But it's still a good one.
It is a good
Regardless.
question, yeah.
We'll move on. I said regardless multiple times today. It's not that regardless. There are some regards.
Some regards.
Oro. Regardful.
Forgot.
What superpower would Oro have?
Oro would want to stop time because she thinks it'd make her tricks look cooler if she could stop things in time and then like move a little bit or something. Like edit her own tricks around.
Damn, that would be cool though.
That would be cool.
Shit. Has she got any other superpowers that she'd be really keen to use? Does she, like, having interacted now multiple times with people who go invisible, does that ever
Yeah,
tickle her
invisible
fancy?
would be pretty cool to be all sneaky around. Also, flying would be pretty convenient.
It is.
Or at least hovering or float. Some sort of not being attached to gravity would be cool.
That's what Nugget's there for.
True.
Okay. Randall.
I think Randall's would be the long. It's kind of half burnt already with the amulet, but I think being able to see like the history of just like any object. So like you I don't know, you find like a piece of pottery and you can like grab it and then like watch the whole life of that piece of pottery from like the time it was made through everyone who's like owned it and how it ended up here.
Cool.
For like any inanimate object.
That's really cool. I like the idea of you're a one-man time team. That tickled Jenny. But I love the idea of that because it's super super cool and it suits your character really well. But I imagine that you have to watch it not like like real time, but like slightly sped up, but not sped up enough so that you're watching it, and then for like 200 years this pot is just like buried under some mud, and you see fuck all.
Yeah, you just see like a patch of ground. Yep.
Okay. All right, those are great answers. Thank you, everybody, for taking part in our little prompterinos. Again, if you want to give us some prompts, that would help us out, because prompts are tough. Prompts are tough. But we're doing one prompt these days rather than two prompts.
Get it together, you two. What's happening? Come on, John.
So we're doing one prompt these days instead of the old two that we did, because we burned through our resources. We burned through all the good prompts. But also because it's nice to be able to get into the game, even though having a prompt it has definitely added some zhuzh to our RP. I think we got to know our characters a little bit better. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today we start our scene with Randall. Randall, in your hands currently, the book is open.
Yeah.
And it's almost like as you turn a page to read what's next, as you're just leafing through, it's almost like you go to turn the page and the page turns itself, but like you're not really kind of paying that much attention to it. It's like the book is facilitating you reading it.
Okay. I'm definitely like that. Auto reading books in the future.
So it's presented itself to you almost. It does seem very much like it's chosen you, since you being the person that entered the room and it opening itself and its pages falling.
It seems kind of safe enough. It hasn't tried to make any bargains with me yet, so I'm probably gonna take it.
You've not turned into a mushroom person.
Nope.
No spells have gone off.
Yep. 10 out of 10. Also, auto-turning. All books should be auto-turning.
Okay. But if they were auto-turning, you wouldn't get the satisfaction of the sensation of the paper, I'm sure. I feel like that's something that Randall will be.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So what are you going to do with this book?
I'm going to take it and I'm going to read it.
Okay. Okie dokie.
It's my book.
Not out loud, though.
Okay. What we'll do is you tell me when you want to read your book and at what pace you want to read it. We don't have to do a haiku and have you read it over a certain number of days or whatever.
It'll probably just be in like downtime when you would normally be doing other bits and pieces. And I've got another book to read. Okay,
cool. All right. So you guys are now in the company of Lest and Julia, I think. That's their names, yeah?
Yeah.
Lest and Julia. And unfortunately, you are also helping them move the body of their fallen companion. You are helping them leave. We're going to fast forward a little bit so that we can get you out of the lair and back into role-playing, etc. Can you tell me if there's anything in particular in this lair that you'd like to make sure happens as you leave? Anything that comes to mind?
I need to remember the immovable rod, right, where the rope is, right at the beginning.
Yes, okay. All right, make sure that you got that.
Should we try and seal it on the way out? Like, do we want people to like come across that down there?
Probably not.
Does seem like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Randall looks to haiku, like.
Demolitions expert?
Yeah, I feel like this is your ballpark.
Allow me to solve this problem.
What are you going to do?
I could just use one of my remaining spell slots to form a turret and just tell it to blow up at the entrance.
You want to use that as dynamite.
Yes.
Okay, and you want to seal the cave doing so.
Yeah.
Okay. I think in most contexts, using a spell that explodes would be... What kind of damage does it do? Does it say what kind of damage it does?
It's like...
Did we get the crystal from the guy?
I think Oro grabbed it, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Let's not bury the crystal in the tomb.
Just 3d8 force damage.
Force damage, that's what I was
Yeah.
looking for. There we go. If it was fire, then I'd be like, I don't know. But force damage, I
Melt the
think we
rock.
can take. I think we can take that. Okay, so where are you going to do this? Do you remember a particular point that you'd prefer to the destination off?
I mean, when we first entered, where that like a half-open door was right at the beginning, that's
Yeah.
a pretty narrow spot. Probably seems a sensible place to do it.
Okay, all right. Well, in which case, is there anything you want to describe about this action? How you manage it?
I get the turret to sort of crawl up the wall because it can climb, like onto the ceiling, so it falls down as opposed to staying at the bottom.
Sure. Okay.
Gotta be
Yeah.
smart about it.
Smart about it. Very smart about it. All right. So you order your little turret to detonate, and as it does so, there is a rumble in the rooftop as a chunk of debris falls out, and surely enough, a large, kind of slab of rock does kind of. It's not pretty. It's not, perfect. There are a couple of kind of cracks and crevices and loose ways that you think someone probably could move this if they needed to, or anyone who was small enough could probably get through. But for general purposes, this you've sealed it, or rather you've obscured it, blocked it fairly well. The cave itself hasn't then done a cave in or anything. You aren't really in any real danger, but you did just dislodge part of the roof that was large enough to cover the entryway. And sure enough, now you're here, the darkness that was previously outside has been alleviated after the death of Paildron, and you are now able to not see easily, but you are no longer unable to see because of the pitch magical blackness. Also, you carefully make sure not to stand in any of the mud at the bottom of the cave entrance, and you pace your way up. It's a little bit steep at times because you are, I remind you, carrying a body, unfortunately. But you find your way to the part of the cave entrance that opens up as if the mouth of a gargoyle, and you see that the sky is very clear. It's now nighttime. The plenty of stars out there, very few clouds, and it's peaceful. You can hear the kind of rushing of the river here to your left, as it kind of sets the scene for you as you sit tired, exasperated after just losing so much kind of hit points, so much blood, so much time looting around this cave. You take a moment with Lest and Julia as they place their friend's body on the ground. Lest brings themselves up and onto their feet and looks around for anything that would help them dig a grave.
Look through my inventory here.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything helpful, but I might go around and see if there's something in the village.
Is there any chance that Haiku has a shovel on their backpack? Their shell?
Let me open the spreadsheet. Let me find the spreadsheet.
Oh, I feel a bit rusty. Haven't DM'd in a while.
I've just got a quarterstaff. Won't do much. Can help break the ground a bit. That's about it. I can cast a guiding bolt at the ground. That's what I've got. One more spell slot. That's it. It's a shovel
It's a
that can
shovel
only
that can-
dig in sand.
No luck over there, Haiku?
There might be, but I haven't installed something to open the spreadsheet on my new PC yet. Here we are. Hey, there we are. The shovel of burrowing. Upon command, this shovel sometimes digs unaided. However, it doesn't always cooperate.
Oh,
You actually do have a shovel.
Yeah, no, it's in the
Can you
spreadsheet.
dig with it without it cooperating?
Yeah, functions as a normal shovel if required. So you can
Okay.
pick it up, and if you physically pick it up, it will work as a shovel.
Okay.
Or you can try and
Just-
kindly ask it.
It's not like you have to convince it that you want it to dig, and otherwise you just.
No, that's part of the fun sometimes.
That's part of the fun.
Maybe not for a funeral.
no.
Do you hand over this shovel? It's a prized possession of yours.
Oh, I dig.
You dig. Okay. All right. You don't let Lest or Julia do any of the digging.
They've gone through enough.
They have gone through enough. That's right. They are tired, exasperated. They've been locked up. You don't know how long for, and they start watching you as you dig away. Can you give me a strength check?
Yeah. Oh, I've got advantage on. My bad. Disadvantage on. Oh yeah, no, I do have disadvantage.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you start digging away, and it's taking a kind of an awkward amount of time. Actually, it's you're clearly not very good at digging, and everyone else a couple times offers to help or to take over. You need a hand there. I can dig.
Could I try and command it to persuade it to dig for me then?
Yeah, go on then. Roll a 1d2. On a 2, it digs for you.
Hey.
Hey!
Shovel. Roll again.
The shovel starts to animate, and it starts to dig expertly. Fortunately, because it's chilly out here. You're out in the night, just watching someone else dig a hole, patiently waiting in kind of an awkward silence. The rest of you doing anything whilst you?
Oh yeah, I was
Very
going
patiently.
to it takes a while to dig something deep enough anyway. So I was definitely going to gather up some dry looking wood and prestidigitate a little fire if it's chilly.
Sure.
And then they'd been there a long time, it looked like, or at least long enough for them to probably be hungry. So I have some rations. I keep looking at my actions list, which has gotten super long because everything's double tripled, thinking that that's my
Oh yeah.
so I have a mess kit too. I guess I've got 3 rations. I don't know if there's any way that I can cook it to make it better, but if I could, I'd do that. I'll just take. Oh no, I have 9 rations. Excuse me. I need new glasses.
Speaking of new glasses,
Oh, I have new glasses.
Ah, they're cute.
I need to put a hairdryer on the ends of them to make them a bit looser because they're a bit too tight at the moment. They give me a bit of a headache. So maybe on a bio break, I'll get my hairdryer out real quick and try and make it more comfortable.
But okay, so you make sure that there's some warmth and some food, some
Mhm.
rations at least are aside for Lester and Julia. Anyone else doing anything in particular?
Don't.
No?
No, not really.
just kind of sitting in respectful silence. Yeah.
Maybe just like collecting my notes and cleaning the mud off my feet.
I was gonna say I'll also prestidigitate any goop off of us, but also the smell. Just want every lull memory of that place to be gone.
Okay. Bearing in mind that you're, a bit of an amnesiac
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, you said all I have basically is like my knowledge of my abilities.
Yeah, you've got
So,
your skills and your abilities and stuff, but you don't really know these people. Remember?
No. She feels okay with haiku. I think basically right now she's just kind of in shock because it's not like a normal like you're just in a normal surrounding and all of a sudden something has happened to you and you can't remember what's happening. There was like trauma stuff in there, and all of her like tough like mental fortitude from adventuring is not like available to her right now.
Sure.
So she's just kind of sitting down and is like, what do I even do? I don't know where to go. I can't leave and just be by myself. I don't know what to do. And so like what is like a humanoid like immediate comfort thing? Like I want to get warm and I just want to like eat something. And so it's more just like I saw her kind of like awkwardly like opening up pouches and like looking through her stuff to try to figure out what she's even got, like what's even in here, and then like finding little bits of things and being like, okay, that looks like it's going to be useful. And
okay, cool. What in particular in your inventory do you find that you think is of note as an amnesiac neurally?
She's digging through stuff and she sees because I don't remember anything, right? It's not like back to a certain time. It's like I have no knowledge of like who I am or whatever. I just remember like my name basically. I think she would be pretty surprised by almost everything. I think the robe of glamour would be a pretty big shock when she just kind of like started moving stuff around and it wasn't just the cloak anymore, and she's like, this looks really nice, what the hell. But I think it would probably be there's some like incense and like a prayer book and a holy symbol. And I imagine the holy symbol having like the moon on it and her wand having the moon on it and her kind of being like outside at night and kind of being like, this seems important.
Okay. Seems like maybe I like moons.
Yeah. What is this?
All right, okay. Well, the rest of you, respectfully in attendance, as the shovel digs a grave large enough to hold Isha. After some time, we move away from our somber cello and onto a different piece of music that takes a while to kick in. So you are gathered around a grave that currently has Isha resting in it. Julia and Lest stand over it and they sob to themselves. You can see that Lest is acting as, more than just a shoulder to lean on, as Julia kind of cries into Lest's chest. And they hold each other and they kind of, you can see that Lest is in particular being just very patient and waiting for the initial sadness to pass with no rush, knowing full well that it just takes time to get to a stage where you can move on to the next step, and the next step is saying a few words over the grave. Lest stands forward and immediately gets a lump in his throat, and Julia takes over. She says a few words. Specifically, you recognize that a couple of the lines are read from a couple of scraps of parchment that look as though they're come from some kind of prayer book. And you recognize that some of the lines are specifically prayers for Torm. the god of kind of self-sacrifice. And there are lots of kind of moments of just tears, where Julia starts to break down reading a passage, and then Lest tries to take over from the rest of the sentence, and then Lest fails, and shortly after, they're just very conscious of the fact that you are present.
I'll be lighting incense and stuff, since I found it. That seems important. Would I know what incense is? It's not like I've lost.
Yeah, you're not.
I forget
yeah,
who
you're
I
not,
am,
yeah.
but I'm not
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Like so, like probably before they start reading while they're still crying. So there'll be that at least.
Sure. Well, you see at this point the parchment in front of them is kind of just damp with their own tears. And they kind of just fold it up and put it in a pocket. And they kind of grab the shovel as it's still kind of like animated floating around. They kind of start to move dirt just to cover the body. Is there anything that anyone wants to do or say whilst this funeral's taking place?
If I could remember things, definitely, but
No?
I think Oro and Nugget kind of like a bow out of respect, and then like take a couple of steps back and just go a couple of feet away.
Sure. I mean, you guys weren't close to this party by any means.
yeah.
No.
But there is a degree of respect from one adventurer to another, and someone falling in the pursuit of whatever they're pursuing. In this particular instance, you suspect it's glory for their god. But they have fallen, and Lest and Julia cry before you see that the sun starts to rise gently on the horizon, and you think it's probably time that we get you guys somewhere a little bit cozier than a hillside, and you start the hour-long walk back to the Mouth of Gargoyles town. I considered writing something for these guys to read out loud at the funeral, but then I kind of thought we don't want to spend too long on something that's this sad. We'll move on. So Isha is laid to rest. A white gauntlet placed upon her chest. The mud and the dirt is poured on top of her, and they shed a few more tears before you all move down to the town. Funerals for adventurers. Regardless, he says for the millionth time today. Soon enough, you're at the bottom of the hill. The sun is again still kind of rising. It's a chilly morning, and nobody's around yet. There's no chatter. You're not accompanied by any, townsfolk yet. But you can find your way back to the Gargoyle's Tail, the small tavern that you were staying at before. The door is unlocked in front of you as you arrive. You're thinking maybe around 7 a.m. at this point. And in front of you is Cale Crespethon, the Dragonborn. There's a lot of Dragonborn in this a couple of episodes, who kind of slides the bolt open. Adventurers, he says, because I can't remember his voice.
Hello, we're back. Dealt with it.
Dealt with what?
Wait, is this the guy we spoke to about the guy with... Oh.
They seem to have some memory issues beforehand, though.
Yeah, that's true. You sent us on a quest to go to the cave that's up the hill? About gargoyles?
About gargoyles?
Yeah. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that was it.
Come in. Let me check my books.
Okay.
I got a bit of a memory thing. I gotta check my books. Is that okay? You just take a seat at the bar. I'll be 2 minutes. He kind of strides off. Slamming behind him is the why did I say the word slamming behind him without previously thinking of what I was going to say afterwards? I'm thinking of the countertop, like the countertop,
Yeah.
like a little.
The
Fuck
bit.
me, my verbal fluency is terrible today. the little flappy
Little
bit, the
bar
little
door.
flappy.
The bit
Yeah, so
flappy
he can walk
bar.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, what's it
Yeah.
called? I don't know. There's a little
flappy
flappy,
I
flappy
don't know if
gate
it has
bit.
a special name, does it?
Flappy
Just
gate
the
bit.
counter?
Slams behind him as he walks off behind the bar, brings out a big old tome that seems to be some kind of diary for him and starts leafing through it. Wets a quill. Starts to. You see, he brings out these tiny little spectacles that rest just on his big old dragonborn nose. And yeah. Are you Lest? Eurisha? He points over to Nirali.
No.
I've got you down here as adventurers. Lest, Isha, Julia.
That's these guys. I assume they're behind us, Leston.
They're out of it.
6% titties. Oh, she no. Bad day. No, that's not us. We were after them.
Oh. I don't have you written down. Who are you?
Oro, Randall, Nerly, Haiku, Nugget.
I feel like I'd remember a giant bat.
Yeah.
But you did the gargoyle thing. We've been seeing some gargoyles around.
Yeah.
You stopped the gargoyles from being around.
Yep. Should have done.
Do you have any proof?
It's a long story, but I have this crystal on a keyring that was attached to the dude who lived in a cave.
There was a dude who lived in the cave.
Yeah, he was a wizard that had been reborn, and it's
That
a very long
sounds
story.
familiar. I feel like I remember something about a wizard. No. I mean, you. If we're not going to have any more problems with gargoyles, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Do you want your payment?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Right. We scrounged together some money.
Yield keyboard.
And he brings out
Abacus.
no, I was doing a dice roll to see how much you got.
Oh, no, I was
He
kidding.
brings out a bag and slams it down on the table. Should be about 300 gold in there. Is that enough? That's enough, right? That's enough. That is enough.
That's enough.
Okay,
Yes. Thank
He
you.
pushes it towards you. That's it.
Okay. Do you have any rooms free still?
Let me have a look. And he brings out a different book, slams it down the table.
On top of the other book.
This, I mean, it says that we've got a couple rooms that are taken up by an Oro, a Randall, and Nurley.
That's
and
us.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
us.
I really
You need
feel
to
like I would recognize you.
Cross-reference.
Like, I feel like I would recognize a goblin and a turtle chilling with a giant bat.
there was something really strange going on in there, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
You did seem to have some issues remembering stuff.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna
it
like
sounds
look
like you're booked
around
up.
for like a key or something in my belongings. Like the fuck? Like did they give us keys?
Yeah, you would have had keys, but it's also
Okay.
like you weren't using it as a place that you were planning on staying for a long time. So
Yeah.
the rooms are booked under your name, but you left the keys with them, kind of deal.
Okay.
I guess these are your keys, and he kind of slides them across the tabletop. It's a bit early to be going to bed.
It's very late.
Oh, you bit. Go on up. I'll just leave you to it. We've got a performer in later if you're around.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any breakfast already?
Breakfast will be served in about 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for the breakfast.
I could go for a pre-sleep breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did-
Okay.
Did we share rooms?
I
don't
can't.
remember.
I can't
no.
remember. Katie, it's been so
Get your
long.
book out.
I can't
Tom.
remember. Get my
Yeah.
book out.
Well, because depending
my
upon how
goodness.
many keys he forked over, she's just gonna like grab one and go sleep because
Yeah.
she
We're
doesn't.
just gonna say that you guys have got a room each.
I think we
Okay.
had separate rooms, honestly.
Hmm.
I think
Mhm.
that's right
We're
too.
adults.
But
No, we're adults.
Okay. so I'm just gonna grab one of the keys and just kind of like look around at everyone and be like, I'm gonna go sleep now. I'm very tired.
Okay, we'll be in the rooms that, like around it. Or we'll be down here. Okay?
Just leaves.
All right. So you guys, I mean, Lest and Julia kind of stride up to the bar, and they also kind of push some money aside to be like, we'll take a room, please, just for us two, please. Thank you. Yeah. If you got anything to drink, you hear Kale kind of say, yeah, you look like you need some strong stuff. Kind of pushes it across the bar. You guys are left with some breakfast food. Are you gonna just eat up? You're gonna keep Julia and Lest company? They don't seem to really be interacting very much with anybody at the moment.
Probably just gonna let them have some space, unless they want to come and join us.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Well, I mean, they don't even eat really. They order some breakfast food and they sit there and poke at it a little bit, and you see Lest eats maybe one rasher of bacon before they kind of just go back to their room and they're gone. So it's gonna go zonk out.
if breakfast is done, yes.
What you eat?
I'm gonna read.
You're gonna read.
Yeah, I can feel that headache coming on again.
Do you plan on reading and then sleeping, or what's your deal?
Just gotta read till the evening.
You're gonna read to the evening.
Mm,
Love to hear it.
yeah.
Let me just.
So that's 24 hours plus 12 for 36 hours.
I've done that
Oh,
in
no,
real
is it-
life. I'm
or is it
pretty sure
24
I
hours?
can.
No, it's just 24 hours. You're fine.
Okay. When do we apply exhaustion?
When we're tired.
I think it's after 24 hours that you've been awake. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna have. Oh wait, I closed the thing. So you're already suffering from the effects essentially of level 1 exhaustion when you don't have your turret with you. because it's your lucky charm, if you recall. So you're going to be at level 2 exhaustion now, which means that your speed is halved. Not that that really means anything. If you're gonna
Takes you twice as long to turn the page.
yeah, as you spend today. So recall that you are shattered, very sleepy, level 2 exhaustion, effectively.
Yes.
So you're going to spend all of today reading your book.
Yes.
How many hours left do you have until you finished it?
10 hours left.
10 hours. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Conveniently.
Haiku is currently almost finished reading A Tome of Clear Thought, which is an excellent book for Haiku to have. Nuridi's gone off to bed. Randall, Oro, Nugget.
Going to bed, but I want to not be asleep for like a full length. Just like, wait, no, because I don't want to get exhaustion. Okay, I'll sleep for a full length.
Okay.
Can have a party of offset sleeping patterns.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome to my life.
I was gonna say, woo.
What's Randall doing?
Probably flicking a little bit, like a couple pages of the book, and then going to sleep.
Okay, all right. Well, you guys go to sleep, or most of you go to sleep, apart from Haiku, and you have, Oro has a very deep night of sleep. You zonk out, and in the morning you still feel kind of groggy and achy and tired, but that's because you just slept so heavily. Whereas the rest of our party are up to all sorts of business. We've got Haiku finishing their book, of which you are very nearly done by the time these guys wake up. But Nurli and Randall, you dream. Nurli, it's a difficult dream for you because some of these images are things that might make more sense to a Nurli who remembers everything. Nurli remembered or has a dream of a religious order and what appears to be their kind of settlement. They bind together in some kind of prayer, and they look up to the sky, and the moon is colossal in the sky. In the night sky, it is absolutely massive. And as you look at the moon closer and closer, it appears to actually be more like a flame almost, a flame of a candle. And suddenly the candle is snuffed out. Randall dreams of something else. Randall dreams of himself in a cave, much like the lair that you were previously in. And suddenly in the center of the cave is just you and the book that you've recently acquired on the ground in front of you. It opens itself up. The pages start to unfurl themselves, flipping from front to back. And as they do so, the top of the cave, you notice, isn't the inside of a cave, but in fact the sky. And you can see, thousands and thousands and thousands of stars. And you have this deep feeling, this sense that each of those stars represents some story, some kind of tale. And it's not unfamiliar to Randall that, there can be images in the stars that you might see, like a centaur with a bow or whatever. Mm-hmm. But to you, for an instant, that feels superficial. It seems almost as if people are cobbling together bits of stories into these giant images, whereas in reality, each and every individual star that is even used in these is its own story in its own sense. And you are left with that tantalizing sense of the potential of these stories before you awaken. Once you wake up in the morning, you are feeling rested. It's not morning anymore, though. It's afternoon. How many hours do we have left on the old Nurly brain?
How long did the funeral and all that take?
Well, you probably had a memory issue around, let's say 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
You got in at 7 p.m.
So that would be 11 hours of it. So there'd be 59 hours left at 7 a.m.
Okey-dokey. And then you've had a 8-hour rest.
So 51.
Okay. Keep a.
Write that down right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say keep a track of that.
So
Okay, fantastic.
So I'm gonna wake up is after 8 hours. We're just gonna assume 3 p.m. 3 p.m. 51 hours remaining. It's Majora's Mask feel there.
Okay, cool. Oro.
Yeah.
Had a great sleep. Fantastic, honestly. Did you have Nugget in with you?
Yeah.
Kind of just curled up on the bed together?
Yeah, Nugget does that. Or doesn't, you know. Or wakes up and Nugget's there. No, it doesn't start like that.
I love the it doesn't start like that.
No, Nugget's always sleeping on the floor and then you wake up and Nugget's actually in bed, you know.
I love that.
With their own
I love the
blanket.
idea of like that's one of the reasons that Oro is forever messy and mucky and stinky is because Nugget just climbs on top of you in the night and just drools on you. And you just think of bat dander. Do bats have dander? I'm saying bat dander.
Probably.
Probably. What are you going to do with your afternoons? Haiku's still downstairs. Super strong headache. Feeling real rough, but got to power through this book.
Have we missed the performer?
Nope.
Missed the performer here in the evening. So performer for Randall probably. And before then, just perusing my book.
Perusing your book.
Mm.
Okay. Running early.
Probably. Can I take a bath here?
Yeah.
I feel like she takes a long bath
Mhm.
and contemplates the meaning of life a little bit and wonders what the hell is going on. And then slowly like does what she can to like clean all of her stuff up and kind of like comes out into the like common area. I think at this point she probably would go looking for Haiku.
Okay. In kind of because you have a connection, or at least this current version of Neroli feels the greatest connection with Haiku because Haiku went out of the way to call you by your real name and try and calm you down a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, surely enough, after a bath, you do wander down into the lower floor of the inn, and you can see Haiku's very obvious in here. And enough with that. We can do a little cheeky sound thing.
Ooh.
Okay. So surely enough, there are some people in the tavern. We've got some people there. Mostly they're just drinking during the day. Some people have ordered some of the food that's available behind the bar. But it does appear that there is some signage here that wasn't there previously when you entered. You can see that there are some people that have gathered, and a couple of them seem to have merchandise on them. There's a big kind of theme of the color green you can see going on. And you can see that there are some kind of pointy-eared kind of banners that have been placed around, like bunting. They're placed around on the inside as well. As you can see, there's perhaps some just outside the doorway. As you stand at the bottom of the staircase, walking into the kind of open inn, you can see that the Haiku is in the corner, hunched over their book, reading away, and they have not paid attention by any means to anything that's happened in this room since you left. And Randall, Oro, you guys down there as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Ordering any food, that kind of stuff, sitting around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. something draws your eye, and it's this bizarre feeling that Oro is supposed to be performing today.
Oh no.
Wait, who gets that feeling? I do.
You all do. You all have this
Oh.
sense that maybe that everyone's a little bit excited about a performance that's happening today, and all of the green kind of themed banners that are dotted around the place. You can see that they actually do look a little bit like goblin ears on these on these banners, and the kind of the merchandise. You can actually see that someone appears to be eating goblin popcorn.
Oh no.
Did everyone come down and we're all together now?
Yeah, you're all together now.
Okay. What's what is this?
Am I supposed to be performing?
I mean, a lot's happened. Did we agree something? Like cut rates? Did you make a deal?
I don't remember making a deal. Right?
I wish I could say.
No, because I got rooms.
Role playing is kind of weird.
That's
kinda-
How's it going?
Thank you. Inoko. But if I'm performing here, how come the dude didn't know us last night?
Well, how do you not know that you're performing here?
I mean, that is the greater problem here, is how do I not know that I'm supposed to perform?
Maybe people have just seen you and assumed they've recognized you.
Made banners?
With banners.
Maybe we should, or I should try talking to the bartender dude again. Because wasn't there another
Maybe
dude?
someone's...
It was like bartender dude and then someone else.
What?
Yeah, so the people that you've spoken to so far were Kale Crestbathon and oh shit, I didn't write his name down. Fucking hell.
I might
Amazing
have.
DMing. I've got I think I've accidentally in my notes deleted this other person's name and put so there was, if you recall correctly, one of the people that you saw in the journal of this spooky wizard man's lair was another dragonborn called Deidre Crestbathon, who was the dragonborn in one of the vats that fell out. And I think I accidentally overwrote this other dude's name with her name.
Oopsie.
Oops.
Yeah, there was a
Excellent
dwarf,
note-taking.
wasn't there? Was a
Uh-huh.
dwarf?
Yeah.
I wrote
Yeah.
down Kale Crestbathon because I was like, oh, well, that's
Shit.
the innkeep. But I didn't write
Perry?
down the other one, of course.
It
Perry.
wasn't Perry. Was it
Perry
Perry?
sounds familiar.
Surely it wasn't Perry. It's going to be Perry now. That's her
I
name
know,
now.
That's quite fitting of this campaign to completely forget someone existed.
True.
No,
Honestly,
I didn't forget that they existed. I forgot their name.
Perry sounds right.
Sure,
That,
Perry
like-
is.
Yeah.
Perry is. From now on, it's Perry.
Someone quickly go back to the VOD for the last time and tell us.
Oh, Adam said Perry.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading it from.
Oh, Adam remembers. We don't. Adam remembers though. I love it.
Okay, sure. Perry's their name.
Okay.
Perry the dwarf.
Perry Mason.
Perry Mason, sure.
What were you gonna say, Randall? What were you gonna say?
Excellent.
What about if it's someone pretending to be you? Being like, the Great Aura is coming to town. And that's why you don't know.
Then a murder will shortly be happening.
Oh, yeah, maybe they're like you with their names backwards.
Oh, yeah. It's like a tribute act. The capital's at the end.
Aurora.
Alright. Yeah, Adam, to be clear, I do not remember that I just chose chaos and suggested a name. Yeah, I thought as much.
Thank you, Grace.
Oh, does Katie do a reference? You know
Yeah.
us.
I know.
We don't know references.
I know it's also a really old American show, so you weren't going to get it. Like,
All right. Okay.
I think I'm gonna go try to get something to eat because at this point it's been a good long while since she's had some food.
Sure.
What?
Okay.
What do they have? You don't have to give me like a full menu, but like
Chowder.
It's the
okay.
full menu.
The menu just says
That's what you
food.
say.
All right.
This is just chowder.
Okay. Yeah. Soup will work. She'll get some soup and some bread, I assume.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
some. I've started a thing, but I can't remember the word for the thing. Verbal fluency, baby.
Oh, is it the
Ow.
cinnamon pull apart stuff?
No, it was going to be that particular kind of bread that's
Horse
really
bread?
dense. Starts with an
Sour-
S.
Sourdough.
Sourdough, thank you. Yes,
Okay.
sourdough.
Oh, the bench. Ah.
Chowder and good meal, yeah.
Is that two different dishes or is that like one dish?
Yeah.
I mean, you get they're priced separately.
Oh.
So if you just want to have bread on its own, you're more than welcome to.
She's gonna have milk with it. She's back to
Okay.
milk because she doesn't know
There's
that
some
she started
there's some
drinking
goat
wine.
milk.
Yeah, that's fine. So she'll come back to the table with some chowder and a little piece of sourdough and some milk.
The rest of you are welcome to eat here as well if you fancy.
I mean, while we're here.
Yeah.
Put some
been
money
ignoring-
aside.
I've been ignoring everything that's happening around me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're used to it.
I
By
can,
now.
I can feel like I'm on the edge.
Yeah, they've
Oh,
only
you're on a
got like
precipice.
they've only got like
2
2 more
hours.
hours. Yeah,
Mm.
okay.
Mm.
When everyone settles back down with food or doesn't leave or whatever, and we're all kind of like at the table again, I'm going to ask just generally, our moons seem to be pretty important, huh? Is that to everyone or just me?
Mostly you. You have a tattoo of it as well. Have you noticed that?
Oh,
On your left butt cheek.
I can make it move. So there is that, but she'll kind of like look. I think like when she took the bath, she probably would have noticed it, but hadn't really thought much about it. Other than like, there it is again, sort of thing. Yeah. Do I dream a lot?
Oh yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah, big.
Like every night.
Yeah, big dreams.
I
Did you ever dream
dreamed-
last night?
Yeah. That somebody was trying to snuff out the moon like a candle.
Or notes this down. You can see.
It was very vivid. It almost felt like it was real. It was very strange. It was like it looked like they were praying to it, but then it looked like they destroyed it. I didn't really understand.
Wait, did you see who did it, or just someone was praying? Was it you? Or?
It was a group of people.
Oh.
Was there anything notable that I would have like, because like I'm not gonna look and like recognize anything necessarily, but was there like a theme that I could express that I saw in the dream, like something they were all wearing or something they all looked like, or
They were
anything
all
like
dressed
that?
in robes, and you remember hearing kind of ominous chanting.
Okay.
It all felt very deliberate, but it also felt like you were witnessing history. Whereas some of your dreams, not that you would recognize this maybe, for the most part, they're prophetic. This one felt like you were witnessing something had already happened.
Okay. It was a group of people. They were all in these robes, and it looked like they were performing a ritual of some kind. It almost felt like watching something that had already happened.
Well, I don't. Oro doesn't know how to say this, but Oro's like, your god was Selune? You recognize that?
Do I recognize the name?
I feel like knowing your character, yes.
Okay.
Like maybe not even maybe not the word, but there's like a visceral reaction.
Okay.
that.
So when you say that, she kind of like takes like a sharp inhale of breath. It's like she's like surprised by it almost. It's like, that sounds familiar.
Previously, I believe, if memory serves me right, you dreamt that the moon disappeared, and then the moon disappeared. Am I right, Randall?
Yeah, the moon did disappear for a while.
And Neroli knew that was going to happen, right? Or dreamt that it was going to happen, something like that. I think.
Maybe.
Maybe it was these people that did it then?
Maybe.
Well, I guess at least it's not going to happen again. Maybe.
Hopefully.
Time passes. You guys are mostly grilling each other about what you do and don't remember, and trying to fill in some blank spots in Nerdy's memory. As time passes, Haiku has a Eureka moment. They close the book. Do you want to describe to me what it looks like when you when you are completely done having read this book?
Haiku stands up and does a little jig.
I like to think that we were all watching you on your final couple of pages, being like, wow.
A very unsteady jig. With all the accents and
Finishing the last couple of pages of the book, you are now at this point very comfortable with the idea that this book is purposefully generating puzzles, thought exercises that are initially they are kind of custom made for you. They are the words are changing almost in front of you for a split second before they form into something that is designed to test the limits of your intelligence and push you a little bit beyond. So as you've been going through, you've been finding every single puzzle is really satisfying. They've not necessarily all been fun, but they've always got to that point where you finally finished XYZ, you finished that Sudoku or whatever, and you've got that rush of dopamine and serotonin, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's good stuff. I like to think that over the course of this, you've now kind of developed a relationship with puzzles.
Ooh, yeah.
But you can tell me, what is that relationship? Is it a positive or a negative one?
No, it's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's like
So
good.
it was gonna either go. It was gonna go one way or the other. Either you were gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm into puzzles now," or it was gonna be something to the effect of, "Puzzles are made for torture, and torture alone. They are nothing but pain."
I think maybe slightly obsessively on the good side of puzzles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll go with
Fantastic. Okay. Well, on the last page, you do manage to solve what has been the most difficult puzzle yet. And as you do so, you get this rush of this sense of that. Damn, I am good. that was a. Honestly, start of that book, I wouldn't have been able to get through that puzzle by any means. And here I am, solving all kinds of Sudokus. Amazing. Amazing work. You do it first off. You were doing those like normal little Sudokus, then you were doing the Sudokus that are like multiple Sudokus in one Sudoku. On and on and on. When you finish that book, you get to the final thing, and you kind of use a bit of your quill or your whatever your writing implement is right now to kind of fill in the final digit. And as you do so, all of the ink on the page looks as if it is set on fire. It starts to burn and burn and burn. As it does, it kind of just as it washes over the entire page as all of the words start to disappear in this kind of flame. And as it does so, the pages, there's another book that likes to turn its own pages, and Dan Randall's there like, yeah, the future. As each page kind of turns itself back, another page of your own writing is evaporated before your eyes, before the entire book closes itself, and it is blank. You open a couple of the pages to have a look again, and it is absolutely 100% blank. Nothing is appearing like it was before. You kind of turn it to your comrades, and they can see absolutely nothing. It appears to just be a normal book. Though the cover itself still looks, deluxe extra, ultimate hardback edition of some kind of fancy puzzle book. It's gone. But on solving all of these little riddles, on reading through the entirety of this magical tome, you gain your +2 intelligence points.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
What's your intelligence at now?
Where's intelligence? My intelligence is now at 19.
Oh my god.
It also increases my max by 2, so I can get to
It does,
22.
Yeah.
Jesus.
God brain.
Fancy
God brain.
turtle.
Oh, I think that increases how many flashes of inspiration I have too. It does.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Smart boy.
Flash.
Oh yeah.
What was that? Why is the book empty?
Why are you dancing?
I've
Do we recognise
absorbed...
it as dancing? Do we have to roll for that?
I've absorbed the knowledge, the book, the puzzles. I can see everything.
Well, not. Can you see anything in the book?
But it's all here.
Oh. So you
I am the
took
book.
the words out of the book.
Oh my god.
Usually that's kind of a figurative thing. Why did it happen physically? Oh.
Maybe Haiku can make some deductions now that they're so clever.
Oh god. Well, maybe Haiku can.
Yeah. Haiku can roll me an intelligence check. Or Arcana check if that's better for you.
Take that new intelligence score bad boy for a spin.
Which one's better?
Can't remember if Arcana is an intelligence check.
It is.
+8. +8.
That is a shocking roll.
You are very tired.
That's
Pretty knackered.
And you can't kind of think of any feasible reason as to why all the words would disappear. It's down to Haiku whether or not they admit that. I mean, you're super
I think
smart
being-
now. You can come up with some shit if you want.
Oh yeah. Oh. Well, you remember the tattoos we got?
Yeah.
Yeah, tattoos are ink, aren't they?
Yeah.
And what are letters on the page made of?
Ink.
Ink, yeah. And so I just took the ink out of there and put it on me, put it in me, like an internal tattoo. Yeah.
A tattoo.
Someone sees your brain and it's just got words
Yes.
all over.
Sudoku puzzles everywhere.
1 + 1 = 2. 2 + 2 = 4.
Do you always do that with books?
Nope, this is the first. That's definitely how it happened.
Can we do an insight?
Sure, go for it.
21.
I was gonna say, I feel like Oro can smell bullshit from a mile away with
Yeah.
the circus background stuff. Nerly's just
no,
like,
you-
oh, interesting.
Yeah, you see through that shit immediately.
Okay. Aura's going along with it still, but gives Hiker a look of, alright, smartass. I'll see right through you. So, are you back to your normal self now? Can we talk to you now?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna need a bit of a sleep,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
That
yeah.
makes sense.
Are you
I
gonna
won't- I
miss the
won't snap.
performance? That is apparently me?
You're performing?
I don't know, it looks like I'm performing. Look around.
I mean, if you're performing, I'll stay up for that.
I mean, I wasn't ready to perform. We just had a very taxing couple of days.
What do you do? Are you a dancer?
I'm a circus performer, so I do like, a bunch of shit, Knife throwing, juggling, a little bit bow and
Sounds
arrow
exciting.
thingies. Cool shit.
Very cool.
I wasn't prepared to do it today. I mean, I'm gonna go see if I can talk to Perry, who I assume is the barkeep.
Well, Kale Crespathon is the barkeep, but Perry's
Oh.
around.
The bigger boy.
You want to
Okay.
go talk
Yeah,
to one of the guys
go to
behind the bar?
Yeah.
You climb up on a stool and you can see that Kale Crespathon is there serving some drinks. But you can see Perry in the background, further down the bar.
Hello, who's supposed to be performing today?
Oh, we've got some kind of up and coming, incredible circus performer lined up.
Up and coming. Up and
Yeah.
coming. Do you know anything more? Like, how did you get them booked?
Oh, well, they've got an agent who's been coming up and down, sending messengers with us. A couple of places, I think, as far as I'm aware, a couple of places down Starwater Road are doing gigs. They sent us some materials for us to do promotions and stuff as well. You can see that there are some banners. They're called Oro, as far as I'm aware.
Who is their
You heard of
agent?
them?
Maybe. Who's their agent?
Oh, it's Dead.
Do I recognize that name?
Nope.
Do they have an aisle?
Yeah.
No.
Spelled slightly differently.
How's it spelled?
Daired.
Is this copyright infringement? I think so. Agent Thistle. Oh no.
Do you need to send your hired goons around to him, Jenny, to sort them out?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Sky. What time are they supposed to be performing?
Should be on a couple minutes now, actually.
And are they getting paid for this?
Oh.
Oh, shit. The music's starting.
shit. The music starts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
your
The performance
seats.
is beginning.
The show's about to begin.
You see, there's the sound of a banner that's notched down on a small area of the floor. They don't have a stage as such. They've pushed apart some of the seating area in the corner. So music starts to play, and stepping forward is a small goblin. On the banner, it says Oro the Magnificent, but it's spelled with 2 R's.
Oh no.
Stepping into the small impromptu stage is a little goblin who is a whole 2.6 feet tall. Who
How tall
struts
are
on
you, Oro?
I think I'm 2.5, right?
Oh.
Who steps in with a massive orange wig.
Oh no, I'm 3.5.
You can see
Oh my
you
god,
can see
what the fuck? Why am I
you can
offended?
see
What the
that
fuck?
it's placed on top of their hair. Their hair, which is this kind of like mottled brown color, is very poorly attached to the top of their heads. You can still see their roots very obviously, and it's not like they've made any effort with it. It's big and poofy, and it's just like it's matched together in different places. It's got a kind of like a headband, like a red bandana or something that's been tucked into the wig as well. And they kind of swagger onto the front, in front of all the chairs and stuff. And the music's picking up. They're, hello! I am Oro the Magnificent! And they get these daggers out. They've got kind of lining inside of their leather jacket. It's kind of spiked all the way along. Prepare to be amazed! And they start to, as they say, be amazed. A bunch of balloons are released from some boxes that are haphazardly placed on the floor in front of them, and the balloons start flying and gently up into the ceiling. And as they kind of bump against the ceiling, daggers, bam, 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 pop all the balloons. As they do so, one of the daggers misses their target completely and flies and smashes the window on the far side of the inn. Hey! They start to you can see that they're trying to backflip, and they kind of stand there for a little bit too long, and then they prepare, and then they spring up into the air, and they land very awkwardly. They do manage to get all the way around, but maybe 90% of the way instead of 100% of the way, and then they slam onto the floor in a very uncomfortable looking position before they lay there for a second. They spring up. They start to try and juggle something, but you see what they've slyly done is that they've swapped out daggers that they had thrown some daggers to pop the balloons and whatnot, and they've swapped them out to wooden replicas and have started to juggle them as if they were real knives.
Oh, pussy bitch.
Whoa, hey, oh, hey. Everyone else is amazed by this.
I want to examine the rest of the room and see if I can potentially see the agent or someone that looks like they're with them.
All right, give me an investigation check or a perception check, depending on how sneaky you want to be. Perception is just using your eyes. Investigation is you pacing around the room, looking people up and down.
Perception, 24.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you can see a Kenku sitting at the side of the audience.
Oh, it's a fucking Kenku.
Of course it is.
Watching.
No, wait a minute. Okay, carry on. Sorry. Carry on.
Watching the performance intently.
Okay.
You've not seen them before. It's been a while since you've seen a Kenku. The last time you saw a Kenku was at your own circus.
The Tri-Circus Tournament.
They seem to be very intently watching the, and I'm almost kind of displeased. Almost, you can just see it on their appearance. They look kind of unhappy, very calculating about the performance.
Okay.
After a while, the Kenku gets up with a kind of a bucket. There's got a couple of coins in it, starts shaking it around and pacing around the audience, looking for tips.
Okay. I know Nugget's next to me, of course. I want to say to Nugget, wait outside specifically for this Kenku and this Oro. At the end of this show, I'm coming out with you and we'll get them.
All right, I've been waiting for you to say that.
I know. Now's our time.
Well, we're gonna get him.
Would you like some help?
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah, during the performance, I'm gonna go underneath everyone and go back to the table with everyone and go we're gonna kill these motherfuckers. But I don't want to make a scene right here, right now. It's this Kenku I want to kill mostly.
Figuratively or literally?
Well, the other Oro.
Just redeem them.
Yeah, Canuck redeemed the nugget sounds one.
I was wondering where that came from. I didn't even notice. Oh my god.
Thank you, Canuck.
Jenny was describing this to me earlier. She said, "There's this moment where you and Nugget or Oro and Nugget are having a conversation, and obviously no one else can understand what Nugget's saying because Nugget's a giant bat. And I make that noise as a description. I was like, I don't remember that happening. I'm gonna have to go listen to it." And she played it for me and said, "Oh my god, it's the most embarrassing fucking thing I've ever heard." It's the dumbest fucking sound. Oh my god. The sound alerts add so much to this, honestly. They're so fun. Oh, but also they make me regret making noises sometimes.
Yeah, the other Oro, the one with 2 eyes.
Mhm.
They're only little. I could just pick them up.
You could just pick them up.
Walk out with them.
Exactly.
Oh, but the audience is enjoying it so much.
Yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to ruin the reputation of the bar that I create a scene in here, and I don't want to never be able to get a room here again, for example. Half of me wanted to like do a freeze frame of the music and be like, beep, beep, and then like no, you're not. But then when you said Kenku, I remembered the circus thing. That was a Kenku, right?
Yeah.
Who I had tied up and was
Kenku?
about to murder, and then I felt bad and didn't.
I don't know if it was a Kenku. I can't remember if it was a Kenku.
No, the
Was it a
Kenkus told us that the
the
others...
Kenkus were
Was it not a
they
Kenku?
looked nefarious, but they were okay.
They helped us. It was the guy
Yeah.
that you won the dragon slaying arrow from, I think.
Was that not a Kenku?
No,
No.
that was from the
Okay.
non-Kenku.
Okay, maybe
circus.
Oro's not as angry as Jenny is then. So, knowing that it wasn't a Kenku.
No, I specifically remember the Kenkus being the one who came and told us, like, we saw it, they did it.
Yeah. Okay. Still, however. Oh, okay. Now I want to strike a lot of the things I've said from the record. Then,
That's
if I
fine.
remember
We
thinking.
can rewind. We can rewind.
Okay,
We can
rewind. I go over to the table and I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Do we wait for them to leave and then beat them up, or do?
Look at that meme that Adam just put in the chat.
Beautiful.
I think a better one would be, Mom, can we have Oro? No, we have Oro at home.
Well, do you want to embarrass them, or do you want to just talk to them?
I want to embarrass them, but I don't want one of them to run away. You know?
You don't want to
go
kill
on
them.
stage.
I mean, I'm not opposed to the killing, but maybe not in an establishment.
Go up
You
and
start to
show them
recognize
up. Show them up.
that I've decided this is a cool thing. I'm gonna roll with it. The Kenku that's walking around, who's taking cash and stuff, has their mouth open, and the majority of the noises that you can hear from the crowd that are celebrating and applauding, as well as the music that's being played, are coming from the Kenku. As you know, Kenkus, when they communicate, they are mimicking other sounds and they are replicating sounds of
Right.
things that they've heard.
Okay. Then I have an idea.
In fact, you hear there's a particular part of this soundtrack that has what's the name of the gentleman that we had with you, the wizard that was your friend at the circus?
Oh,
I have that in my notes.
I don't remember what's on my head.
Is this the one that gave us
The Bob.
our like adventurer cards or whatever?
Adventurer cards. Oh yes, yeah.
Francois? No.
Francois. Sure, why not?
Maybe.
You hear him cheering your name coming from the Kenku.
Okay.
So you suspect that this Kenku is essentially playing a recording of your show.
Okay. I have an idea.
And is augmenting the sound of the crowd. So really, as you look around the room, a couple of people are like, woo, yeah. And they're like clapping along. But the sound of the audience that you're hearing is way louder and way more excited than the people that you are seeing. So the Kenku is playing a recording of a more excited crowd, including the music that came from one of your performances.
Oh my god.
Okay. Here's the plan. Nugget, I want you to stand by the door so Kenku can't leave. I assume there's like something I can like climb upon and get a purchase upon, so I can be a bit higher.
You can sit on the bar.
Because what I want to do is I want to jump down onto fake Oro and like pin them down. Is what my plan is.
Whilst they're on the stage, or
yeah, whilst they're on the
as they
stage,
pass you?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you can find like a shelf or something.
Yeah, and either Randall or Haiku, whichever one, I want you to go over and shut the Kenku up, and hold its mouth shut, and keep him still, so they can't run anywhere.
I have something that can do that.
Okay. Shit, is there anything else we need for this plan? Maybe you two could just be like, yeah, fuck you, fake Oro, you know? Be like, yeah, you're on my side. Okay, alright. Okay.
I can do the non-violent bit.
Yeah. Okay. So my plan is go up there, jump down on the fake Oro, and rip their wig off, exposed. At the same time, Haiku shuts up the Kenku. The music stops. The crowd stops. And then we can carry on from there. Yeah. Boo. Sit. Boo. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm climbing up onto this bookshelf.
Haru climbs up onto the higher shelf so that she gets a purchase on the other Oro, the inferior Oro,
The ambassador Oro.
who is at the moment juggling wooden daggers. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
You already did this.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the performance is just this over and over again. It's honestly it's very underwhelming, which is why it is a surprise that the audience was so like impressed by it. All of our other agents get in place, and you're ready. You're ready to leap. We're gonna do an attack roll, please.
Okay.
Just give me your daggers. That's fine.
Okay. 25.
Okay. All right. I was gonna subtract some things from that. Just off that, I was gonna take your proficiency and stuff away. So that's still, what's that? 21. As you leap across the stage. As you do so. On the other part of our scene, we have our... Who is it that's clasping the mouth of the Kenku shut? Haiku's doing it?
Clasping and immovable rodding.
Clasping and immovable... How are you doing that? Can you describe to me how... So a Kenku is essentially a raven person. Yeah. Or a crow person. Well, how are you going to... Describe to me how you're going to do that.
You know, you grab them by the beak.
Yeah.
You forcefully lower the beak onto a nearby table, and then you stick your movable rod on top of the beak.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna make a noise then.
Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, sure, alright.
Infinitely usable, that item.
It really is.
Haiku, one of the epilogue things for Haiku someday is going to be writing a 1001 ways to use an immovable rod.
The non-erotic version.
The non-erotic version, yeah. Or
I'll help write the erotic version. It's fine.
yeah, there you go. The second edition of the book, like 1001 more uses for adults.
For adults.
I'd like to point out that don't you have a coin of silencing?
Yeah, that's too easy.
It's too easy.
That's not as epic.
I'd rather.
But we gotta
use the
think.
upper rod again.
I finished a puzzle book. I want to do stuff creatively.
Okay,
It's true.
right.
Very grumpy.
Give me an attack roll, please. Use your claw.
Yeah, I'll use claws.
Oh yes, with disadvantage because you're shattered.
Yeah.
This is a mistake getting you to do this.
Yeah. Well, all the attacks are quadrupled still.
Oh,
Oh, still rolls well. Damn. Okay.
when motivated properly.
Yeah, right. Right, we'll
The
take
chance to use
proficiency
the
off.
immovable rod that does it.
Still a 15. All right. Okay. Well, the raven's just walking around through the aisles here of the chairs that have been put out. Beak open. Da, 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 da. At the same time, yeah. Woo, woo. Yes, Otto, go. Yes. Do, 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 do. And the chink of the bucket as it goes around. And here comes Haiku. Glam! Slam! I see a movable rod like slams on top. Exhaustion of level 2. No, I didn't. That wasn't the exhaustion that interferes with the attack. It was the. Oh, you mean ability check? It doesn't get they don't get a disadvantage because it's ability checks that they get disadvantage on, not attacks. Yes. Okay, you're fine for the ability. You don't have to take the disadvantage, but you do need to take the -4 prof.
Yeah.
That's fine. You get 22 then.
So the first roll was still 19 technically anyway, is it not?
The
Oh.
first roll was a 19, yeah.
No, yeah,
so-
you're right. I don't take advantage then, do I? No, just 19. All right, fine. We'll go with the more correct version.
It works.
Got him. You've locked them underneath your immovable rod. The music completely stops. We'll have this. Oh, we'll turn to this instead. We've got a rowdy tavern now. This is Rowdy Tavern. Rowdy Tavern. 4 minutes, 42 seconds of Rowdy Tavern music, baby.
Oh, yeah.
As everyone in the whoa, what's going on over here? The people in the crowd are like, what's happening? Oh my god, what's going on? There are 2 goblins? Oh my goodness. As you jump and pin down the imposter Oro on the floor, who looks up at you, wig taken off, snatched.
No,
You've
wig
pinned him
snatched.
down. Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh no! Ah! He tries to shove you off.
No.
And Brandon stands up.
No.
And is like, "That's not the real Oro." Boo! In
Yeah.
the most convincing acting you could imagine.
Give me
Should
a
mime it. I'm kidding.
Performance, please. Performance check.
Mime it.
Mime it.
Boo. Bad.
Oh, I am really good at the performance.
Wow. Oh, with a -1. Everyone else is. Oh, you get the message across. Enough of the crowd are with you. Oh, fake imposter. Down with you. You suck. Boo. Oro, wig snatched. What are you gonna do?
Do I recognize this goblin?
You do not recognize this goblin, no.
Okay. Or it just goes, "You're a disgrace."
No! I'm a performer.
You're a liar.
No, I just want to.
Did the Kenku make you do this? Where are you from?
I'm just from the Golden Ruins, and I just found him, and he bullied me.
What?
Laughing.
I lived outside of the Golden Ruins with my clan, but then the Kenku found me and bullied me.
Oh. Wait, insight check.
Go for it.
Wait, let me hold my sympathy for a second.
I withhold my sympathy.
I mean, parts of the story seem like they might be true. You can't really tell. You get a feeling that parts of it are exaggerated, but enough of it. I mean, some of it rings true. You just can't really place exactly what it is that's being exaggerated and whatnot.
Okay. How long have you been doing this for?
It's just a little while, just a couple of shows, and then we did okay. So we started booking this tour, and it's a pretty good deal. I get like 70%. Well, Dad gets 70% of the income, and I get like 30%.
You're pretending to be me, though, you asshole.
I'm not you. I got
You're going
two
off my
R's.
name.
I got 2 R's.
You fucking know that you're pretending to be me. Look at this stupid wig. It doesn't even look anything like my hair.
Oh, I got
Your fucking armor? Like, slap Your shitty wooden daggers? You can't even do it properly.
Oh my god. I heard all about you and how amazing you are, and I wanted to be like you.
You just wanted to steal my identity?
They said you were an adventurer, so you were probably dead already.
What
So
the
I
fuck?
thought I would just take your legacy on a little bit so that people would remember you.
You're doing a shit job, mate.
Where's Dad? Where is he? Where's Dad?
He's dead.
Dad, help me!
Dead.
Dad, help me! Dad, Dad, please help me!
I close their mouth. Shh. I shout Nugget over, and I want Nugget to pick up this goblin in its mouth.
Surely enough, there's a wet sound as Nugget bounds across the room. Speedily expedited delivery of a giant bat that squeaks as he does a slide across the floor. Mouth immediately down around. He's made no effort to crunch or bite. It's just holding in jaw right now.
Okay. I want to announce to the whole pub place. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, you guys were cheated and lied to today. This is a fake Oro. If you come back tomorrow at the same time, the real Oro will be performing. Looks at Randall to cheer.
Crowd goes
That's the real Oro! Yay!
And the tavern is excited again.
Woo, yeah.
Everyone is very happy, very happy. You can see that behind the bar, there's a very kind of grumpy-looking Kale as he looks at the broken window in the background.
Do I see that?
The broken window?
Yeah, that
the
and or
grumpiness?
Kale looking
Yeah,
at
both.
it.
Yeah.
I go fix it with mending.
Oh, kind of things. Gives you a thumbs up.
Such a useful little cantrip.
This is very good.
What happened to the bucket of money?
It spilled on the ground whilst Dad was being grappled by Haiku.
I feel like Nerly got uncomfortable at the idea of like cheering on the real Oro thing because like of everything that's going on and her not knowing like where she is or what's happening and all that.
Huh.
So she just kind of like instead of doing that, she goes and like scoops up the money in the bucket. Do we know what room Lest and Julia are in?
You don't know what room they're in, no. You haven't seen them at all today.
Okay. After I fix the window, I'm gonna go ask Kale.
Mhm.
Can you tell me what room the people we came in here with were in?
They've got a room. They had the honeymoon suite.
Oh no.
They made a joke out of it when they first got here. It's just room number 6. It's not actually very fancy.
Okay.
They just called it the honeymoon suite when they came in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Oh my god, it was their honeymoon. So I'm gonna go just take like the whole bucket because I don't know what else to do with it. Just the whole thing and like knock on the door.
I love the idea that you're doing this, but I also really love the idea that people in the crowd tipped and that you've taken their money, and you're gonna go give it to
That's
someone
what
else.
she's gonna like think to do. So unless someone
Okay.
stops her, because I didn't think anyone was into it enough to be tipping.
Oh, people!
so
Yeah,
I thought,
a couple of people gave money, but in a
Oh.
kind of like as people go around, you feel obligated to give a bit of money to performers.
Oh, gotcha.
Especially in like this kind of medieval tavern setting, when if someone comes to perform, often they ask for some kind of small donation.
Okay, so I made the mistake of assuming that since he got up with the coins in the bucket already.
Oh,
He was
he had a couple
shaking-
in there to suggest this is where you put your money. Like no one wants to put money in an empty bucket. It's kind of-
Yeah, but I didn't think that because the most people weren't super into it. I thought that they just didn't tip. So
Okay.
my bad. Okay,
yeah.
maybe she
Well,
doesn't
I mean,
do that.
okay.
then.
In which case, rewind.
Yeah.
You notice that the bucket has some coinage in it. More substantial than you would suspect.
I'll just hold on to it then.
Okay.
I would like to go
Okay.
over to the Kenku,
Okay.
bringing Nugget and a fake Oro with me.
Haiku's stood guard, immovable rod on top of the beak.
Now, I want to ask the Kenku what the fuck their deal is, but they're a fucking Kenku and they just repeat shit, so I feel like we could try and get something out of them, but I don't fucking know. Haiku, can you move the immovable rod, but keep them so they don't run away?
Yeah, I'll just take it off the beak and put it on like a foot.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna do a contested strength check there to see if this Kenku can get away from you.
It doesn't have to be at disadvantage now, does it?
It does. A strength check is an ability check.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Oro says, by the way, Kenku, if you try and run, I'll definitely kill you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the Kenku gets 3.
Anyone got any dice in chat? Nah. Please?
And makes a bolt for the door.
Bow and arrow. Wait, the crossbow I have. Crossbow.
Are you suggesting that you've sat all day with your weapons and stuff on you?
I mean,
Yeah, you don't leave your stuff behind in an inn. Someone could take it.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna roll an attack?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me an attack then, please. Yeah. Well, are you going for a kill here, or what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna roll the dice.
I was going to say, can I make a suggestion? No, but you do what you would do.
1 is the head, 2 is a shoulder, and 3 is the middle of their back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're aiming for head, is what you're saying. You're aiming to kill.
Apparently.
I warned him
Okay.
before he moved.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, surely enough. Kenku goes limp on the floor. Slides, feathers everywhere. The crowd is slightly less animated.
Randall.
Randall just like sinks down in his chair. Like...
And that's the last time anyone tries to take the Oro name for their own gain.
Remember that I warned you.
What are we doing with
Everyone.
the little one?
What does the other Oro do now? What do they look like now?
They go just completely silent and limp.
They died of shock.
I know you're still alive. You wouldn't have died from it. You're fine. I half feel bad for killing the Kenku, but I think Oro's already quite annoyed by situations happening that this was probably her cracking moment, and like
you're not
Yeah.
sure that the Kunk's actually dead. You've knocked him to the ground.
okay,
There's some blood and some feathers, but they're not necessarily dead.
okay. I go over to the Kenku.
Okay,
you
make sure
can-
they're dead.
I shove the crossbow bolt.
You can see that you've definitely struck in what looks like like the back of the head, kind of like higher neck sort of area, but you suspect that they are probably gonna be fine if they are given healing magics and time to recover, but otherwise they're down and out. They're unconscious right now for certain.
Wow, Oro's really having a moral dilemma here on what to can we take a bio break, considering it's
Sure,
It's
yeah,
past
bio
nine.
break. Honestly, I meant to do a bio break earlier before you said you wanted to go to the bar, and then I was like, well, we gotta keep this pie rolling. All right, okay,
Okay, I'll think about what Oro's gonna do.
yeah, I'll change the music
After
slightly.
these messages.
Okay,
Music? There you go.
music is now on the day-to-day playlist, so this could be just about anything. I've got a couple of different things in here.
Oh, lovely.
I'll turn the camera around. If you guys are new here, we're going to go have a bio break. If you want to get some snacks, do a stretch or whatever, that's a good idea. We tend to just do our business and then come right back. It's not going to be a long break.
Yeah, be a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
So see you shortly.
See you shortly to see if Oro murders someone or not.
Hello, chat. How are you all doing? See, the penis has made a return. On Tom's camera, that is.
I have it down.
Hello.
Hello.
Jack Hackett looks sharp. I did it a while ago, actually. It just took so much off, it still looks different.
Not having a memory sucks.
Not much you can do, is there?
No, which is fine. But it's just kind of like, man, I can't comment. I can't like help plan. I'm just gonna sit here and be awkward. Not me being awkward, like Nerly's being awkward because she's just I do feel like when the Kinku gets shot, this is definitely a moment for her where she's like, put the bucket down and walk away. Like, maybe I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah. I mean, imagine you've just effectively met 3 new people for the first time ever, and 12 hours later, they're killing people in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a shock.
I could understand roughing them up. Like, you stole my name sort of thing, but full on dead is a bit much. Or maybe not, I don't know. I guess it depends on the laws of the land. She would feel like it was a bit much.
Yeah, I can imagine. I suppose we'll have to see what happens to the fake Oro.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there wasn't like a record scratch moment in the whole bar. We'll see how Kale Christopherson feels about a dead Kinku in his inn.
Well, Kenku's not dead yet.
Not yet.
Jenny definitely wants to kill her.
I'm thinking so, which is fair. Like, I feel like Oro is definitely the sort of character that would take like there's like circus code and stuff like that, and like she would take that pretty seriously.
Well, there's something that I remembered just now, and that I think clearly Jenny didn't remember until just now. Is that in most Cormier establishments or places, you're not supposed to have weapons. They're supposed to be put away at all times.
Oh, there's that tying thing, isn't there? Knot thing. Yeah.
So because that's a thing that we all kind of collectively forgotten, I might give Jenny a redo on that, just because that would be if she knew it was against the law to have weapons, she might not have had it out.
Or she would have done what she'd initially talked about and like waited until they were outside and kind of like ran outside and then shot them. Because then it would be outside and it wouldn't count, right?
Well, no, outside the town.
Oh,
it's the town that's the issue, not the establishment.
Oh. Yeah, I definitely forgot about that.
What if we just to hide the crossbow and like, oh, where did that arrow come from? really, really shit performer.
Where could it have been?
Well, to begin with, the fake Oro did throw knives around. That's something. Okay, where are we at, Jenny? Because I was just saying to these guys, because we'd all forgotten that you're not supposed to have weapons in this town. So if you wanted to do a bit of a rewind, and go back to before, no, okay, all right. Bolts in the back of this guy's head. They're on the floor, unconscious.
We were just told to go to a cave to kill some fucking dude. Like, it's not a secret that adventurers have weapons. And
what do you want to do? What's the rest of the party gonna do? This guy's gone. He's unconscious. He's not dead. And Oro's clearly having a moment of, indecision.
I think Nerly gets really scared, really unnerved by this, and kind of drops the bucket of coins and takes a few steps back. She doesn't know.
I think Randall might rush over to try and prevent any further violence.
Okay.
I'm on Oro's side here. I'll back up Oro, whatever she does.
Oh, tense. It's tense. Okay. Well, Oro, you're gonna stand over and inspect the body.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, feathers everywhere. A bit of blood coming out from the wound. but there is some breathing.
I don't have any healing things. Nerly was a healer. I don't think Nerly knows how to heal right now, I assume.
She was still casting magic.
Okay.
She's basically like acting on instinct a little bit. It's more like the higher level cognitive things. Like she doesn't remember anything about her life, but she knows like her name and what she can do, even
Right.
if it like seems awkward. If that makes sense.
What's everyone else in the tavern doing? Like,
Oh, waiting with a bated breath.
we could diffuse the situation. Just pretend it's part of the show, and then we go outside and we deal with this. Not here.
But then you.
I love the idea of making the Kenku stand up and like a puppet, like. Everything's fine, folks.
Wouldn't that?
Every time they open their mouth, you can vaguely see the bolt sticking in.
Oh god! Oh no! Oh no!
Blood flows out. Everything's fine.
Is he dead?
No, he's breathing. I don't know what to do. Or Jenny is having a meltdown.
I feel like if I knew it was illegal
Mhm.
and I didn't know these people right now that well, she would just kind of try to go and do the most natural healing thing to her, which is her healing hands, and kind of
Okay.
like slowly start to pull the bolt out as she's healing the wound closed.
Surely enough, you manage to heal the wound, and the Kenku's breathing becomes a little less ragged and a little less blocked by a bolt. They start to they kind of wake up, shake their feathers a little bit, splutter some blood everywhere. It opens its beak to speak for the first time, and again in someone else's voice, and you hear, "Fuck you! Who the fuck do you think you are?"
I'm the person's identity you've been stealing for your own personal gain.
Then you hear in a different voice coming from the same Kenku, "I don't know what you're talking about."
I think you do.
A flutter happens again. They try to escape.
Can I kill him now?
I try and like grab to stop them running away.
Go for it.
Or is that just an attack?
Yep.
Like dexterity?
Mm-hmm. Wait, what? No, strength.
I can use dexterity for my attacks.
Oh, okay. Well, then dexterity, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it grapple or no? I think grapples must be strength rolls.
Oh, well, they're the same anyway, so it didn't actually.
Well, also we don't want a dexterity roll. We want you to do an attack roll.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
yeah.
Oh. Oh. Like this then.
Okay.
My dex and strength are the same, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean that hits. That grapples.
Right. Now let's stop doing this running away thing.
Grapple
Want
is
me
an
to rod them
athletics check.
again?
Well, let's
Rod them
go
again.
outside.
Take them outside.
Mm-hmm.
Take them
Maybe
outside.
not. Maybe not kill them.
But also maybe.
Want to begin with you.
The party is split. All right.
I,
Well,
I take the hempen rope out of my like traveling bag and just kind of hand it to. I guess Randall's hands are busy, so I hand it to Oro.
Got hands full of feathers.
Okay, let's tie up the. Well, let's leave this and go around the corner or something, and tie up the.
Around to the bike sheds.
Around the bike sheds, yeah. Tie up the Kenku's hands and the other goblins' hands.
all right. I mean, they're small. You're big. You got more numbers. It's easy enough to tie them up.
They're in Nugget's mouth.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nuggets got them tied up.
Yeah.
Tongue tied.
Teeth. Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Do you take them outside of the settlement, or just outside the building?
Take them out back. No, I'm kidding.
Just
Would I
probably
even?
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say somewhere like out of sight, but not very far away. So not gonna like march them across town or anything. Just like around
Yeah.
the back of the tavern, out the way.
Okay. Well, as you leave, everyone watches, and they stand at the window watching you leave, and watching you walk around the side of the building, and then continue watching you as you walk around the side.
Are they like coming out and following us?
I mean, one or two people are gonna come outside the front of the building and be, what are you doing? Where are you taking him? Fuck that guy!
Right?
Fuck that guy!
We're just gonna
Excellent.
have a conversation.
Okay.
Do you have a guards or anything here?
Well, no.
Okay.
Don't forget, Real Aura is performing tomorrow.
Hey!
Hey!
Yay.
Oh, can I? I'll poke my head back in. Be like, is Kale still at the bar? Be like, yeah, a round of drinks for everyone on the house on me.
Hey! Oh, hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
Right.
Look at Randall learning how to schmooze.
Yeah.
How to make
That'll
a noise.
That'll be 30 gold.
Yep. I'm currently holding like 1,000 GP from where we.
Did anyone take that 300 gold, or was I supposed to?
Like
one's
we all,
taken
I
it.
think we like collectively took it. We might have even split it up. We didn't talk about that, but I feel like that's kind of like
I was going to ask this
understood.
because I do have this 1,000 gold, but we're kind of.
Oh, just put it in the bag of holding then.
Okay, I'll put it with the other money.
Yeah.
Okay. What, and the 300?
Yeah, I've got 1,301.
Okay. That one.
Yep.
All right.
There was one extra one there.
We split things evenly here. That's what I'd say if I remembered.
Right.
So, what do you think you're doing?
Fuck you!
Did you start
Let me
this?
go, please. Fuck you! Different voices coming out each time.
Did you start this whole shindig, or did someone put you up to it?
They open their mouth and you hear a quatang noise.
A clown?
you get the sense that they're mocking you.
Okay, I get my crossbow out.
I'm gonna lean to Oro's ear and say, sort of whisper, there are ways of shutting people up without necessarily killing them.
Like what?
Big intelligence over here.
Oh yeah. Well, no, if the beak can't open, they can't talk.
Or eat.
Some kind of shackle.
True.
Good
Getting
to know.
real dark over here today.
So, are you gonna stop doing this whole shindig now?
Baby.
No, I need a definite answer from you. It's the crossbow to its head. No, I need a definite answer from you.
Just nods at you.
Where are you from?
You hear the kind of it sounds like a town crier saying Walu. It sounds like maybe a town crier from Walloon was shouting parts of other bits and they've just audio cut the word Walloon.
Walloon. That's what happens when you deprive a group of D&D, they turn to the dark side. I think this would have happened regardless.
Haiku evil genius arc.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Are you from Walloon too? And I turn to the other goblin. You're not dead. Stop it. Talk to me.
Oh, from near Walloon, I think. I don't know where places are.
Are you friends with this guy, or do you? Is it?
I don't know. Are we friends? The Kenku goes, "Fuck you."
Okay, I don't think you're friends.
He gave me a good deal. I got 30% of the money that we got.
30% is not a good percentage.
Is it not?
No.
He looks over the Kenku. Fucking goddamn it!
He's been using you, dude.
Shit!
Yeah.
Fuck! I was just so impressed by all the stuff that I heard about the amazing Oro and all the circus stuff and the daggers. I learned daggers because of you.
Oh, that's very sweet.
I'm really good at the juggling.
Yeah, you are doing really good. But this guy, asshole.
Fuck this guy!
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Break his wings!
Okay.
That was a quick turn.
What are you gonna do, Kenku man? What's your plans now? Now you can't do this anymore. The word will spread you're a fake. You can't do this.
He just opens his beak and all you hear is arms, arms for the poor. Poor old man needs food. Please give some money to this poor old man.
Aura's just going to take a step back and say to the rest of the party, it is taking all of my strength to not kill this Kenku right now. I need someone else to deal with it, otherwise I will crack.
You think it would be best to take them to some authorities? Are there...
I don't know where the closest authorities are around here. Probably fucking ages away. And I don't really want to travel with fuck you guy over here.
I want to travel with fuck you guy.
I mean, we could, but we were gonna... Aura remembers that Neroli doesn't remember things, so doesn't want to say going to kill a dragon. We were gonna go do something else. We weren't gonna go back to the main town. Well, not even the main town, our town. Does our town even have any other than the...
And Nesmith.
Yeah.
So for the most part, towns around here, if they're large enough, will have a war wizard, and maybe a couple of like purple knights, a very small garrison at best. Nesmith does have a war wizard, but no purple knights. Or purple dragon knights.
Anymore.
Not yet.
How can we be certain they deal with them properly, though?
I mean, that's a fair question about, police in real life and every given
they're
opportunity. So that's you know, don't want to go too deep down that rabbit hole.
Don't get me started.
But the Purple Dragon Knights have largely a good reputation. Some much more than others, but on the whole,
Because this is a fantasy setting. No, I'm kidding.
yes, fantasy setting.
Is this even against the laws of the land, though? Like, it's immoral, and they should be doing it. Massive dickhead move, but
I mean, does identity theft exist in D&D? Is that a thing?
We're gonna say yes.
Okay.
Do any of your characters have any history or experience with the law? That feels unlikely.
The law?
I certainly don't. And even if I did, I wouldn't remember right now.
I mean, Oro probably has seen that type of stuff every now and again, but
I would argue that the person most likely to have any idea about the laws about this kind of stuff would be Haiku, because Haiku has traveled through enough different states and cities and countries in their travels over the years that they may have gotten to the point where they're like, I need to make sure that I know the law here.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I might accidentally break something and get put in prison.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like so, especially with collecting and whatnot.
So if you would like to roll a history check, Haiku.
Disadvantage.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
Oh, no, wait. maybe just normal then.
Just normal.
Not disadvantage. Okay. You know that because Cormier is a big like trading country, basically, or state or whatever, stuff like identity fraud and that kind of thing are actually very serious offenses, because it can be the kind of thing where someone pretends to be working for another company and ruins their reputation, that kind of thing. So yeah, that kind of thing is taken quite seriously.
Would I know the punishment for such a crime?
Usually stuff like imprisonment or having their property taken from them and paying for damages, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, identity fraud is a crime. Yeah, they have broken the law. I'm gonna go over to the Kenku. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So go. Do you want to go to prison?
Fuck you. Every time they said "fuck you," it's been the exact same audio clip of someone who doesn't have an identifiable accent.
So you do want to go to prison? You do, don't you?
No, please, no.
Is that the Kenku?
Yeah. Again, just for clarification, Kenkus don't have their own voice. They make noises that mimic perfectly the sounds of other things and other people. So
that just sounded like the goblin is all evil.
Oh, sorry, it was too close to the goblin.
maybe it was the goblin.
Maybe it was at one point, yeah. Well, I guess maybe an important question is it against the law to kill somebody for this reason?
I'll do a history check on that.
I'm not going to make you do a history check. Killing is illegal, yeah.
But killing a criminal?
Yeah, still illegal.
Still illegal, okay.
Mm-hmm. Doing it in Cormier is.
Unless you've been sent on a quest to do it, then it's legal.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
Killing monsters is okay.
And of course, if there's no witnesses.
Exactly.
I mean, what you already think is, how many more goblins is this guy going to be able to snatch up and rope into doing an Oro trick?
We've seen a whole fucking clan of goblins.
Yeah, no, goblins exist. There are plenty of them.
Yeah.
Oh, and they weren't far from Wayloon either.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. If we let this guy go, he's just gonna go and do it again.
We can't become murderers. what they did was wrong, but
Well, then we take him
can't-
to authority
Okay.
then.
Okay.
Hello, Trotting Tavern. Thank you.
Are there traveling authorities? Do you sometimes get people traveling between these places to like deal with the local crime?
Well, there is a local war wizard who would count as the law for Mouth of Gargoyles.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, then we go
Done.
find him. If it's not too late at night, that it would be rude to
It's-
find him.
It's still it's middle evening right now, but there's one very easy way to find a war wizard in Cormier, and that's because most of them live in a wizard tower, a very obvious pointed building that often is quite easily found especially in flat areas. And sure enough, actually just opposite the well, to the other side of the town square, is a big tall wizard's tower-esque kind of building.
Then let's go.
Take him there.
Hi, Trotting Tavern. Trotting or trotting? Yeah, we're trying to determine whether or not we murder a criminal.
A criminal.
Knock on the door of the wizard's tower, and a few moments later, somebody in a dressing gown comes out. Dressing gown and a wizard hat. It's a deep blue, and it's got like kind of yellow stars stuck onto it all over. It's curled over at the top. Big classic wizard's hat. And you can see as he opens up the door, there's a plaque on the next to the door frame that reads Rondel did dragon.
Did he now?
Hello? God, Jack.
I'm just imagining someone else immediately pretending to be Randall. We're going to report someone for identity theft, for someone who's currently in the process of committing identity theft. It's just going to go around and around, like we're going to go find a tortoise called Kai or something like that, and then we'll find someone else called Nualu or something. It's just going to keep going round and round. Eventually, we're going to come to the conclusion we just have to kill him.
Just have to kill all of them. Have to kill all of
At this
Clearly
point, it's a
this is-
conspiracy.
Clearly, this is a corrupt land which needs to
them. Someone's gonna purge him.
Yeah.
But Rondel did dragon opens up the door.
Maybe Randall is.
Hello? What is it?
Hello, we're here to report a crime.
Oh! What crime?
Identity theft.
Oh, very serious indeed. Oh, yes. Well, what evidence do you have?
Pulls the goblin up.
The Kenku made me do it. Made me pretend that I was Oro and do Oro's tricks and stuff and make money off of Oro's name. Wah. Don't put me in prison, no. Put the Kenku in prison. I'm innocent.
The tavern's
is
full of Oro things. As
Pretty damning.
well.
This is the real Oro, by the way.
Oh, and we're certain that this is not an imitation of the other Oro, because they confessed.
Wait, what? My brain can't process all those words together at once.
There's-
Wait, Oro with two R's is the real Oro?
Well, this is a very serious accusation, and you seem to have some solid evidence for it. Let me get the paperwork. Please come in, and he leads you into the front hall of his building. You can see that there is, from the entryway, there is a small room to your left that kind of looks like it's a really kind of very clinical, just stone brickwork room. That has a bench that's laying out and a desk with some quills and some parchment, and that's kind of got like a certificate that's been like the equivalent of laminated and like stuck on the wall. It doesn't even have a frame. And there are a couple of others that are next to it. One of them's like culinary skills level 3. The other one's like first place in a spelling bee, that kind of thing. But the one that's in the center is a certificate of appointment to being a war wizard. And he kind of rummages through some of the parchments here. But as you enter to the right, you can see that there is a staircase that winds up the rest of the tower. So you're on the ground floor, and you walk into this small room, and you sit down, and it all seems very kind of clinical and empty, really, of character. And you can see that there is a small corridor that leads down further into the building. That you can see that there are a couple of kind of metal and bars that look like it might be some kind of prison cell kind of deal. And surely enough, you sit there for now maybe 2-3 hours filling out paperwork. Anyone a fan of paperwork in this party? Yeah, you like filling in forms?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
And then,
Okay, well, we cut that down to 1 hour then. Unless you're going to really enjoy your time and take it slowly, then we cut that down to only 1 hour. And surely enough, at the end of our evening, we have our Kenku Dead in chains. But there is a crux, there's a crossroads where the war wizard Rondel Didragon asks for your input. Now, what do we do about the goblin? What is your name? My name is Click. My name is Click. What do we do with him?
I mean, I think Click should maybe be let free. Because at least they've been honest and felt like they were kind of pushed into it rather than it was their thought.
Very well. Well, you're the one that was wronged. If that is your judgment, then that is the sentence. Do you want any repayments for damages done to your name?
As a repayment, Click needs to continue working on their juggling skills and talk good about me for the rest of time, and never want to copy me, but be their own Nithron goblin.
Indeed. Well, I think that will be very difficult to get down in paperwork, so I might have to just
shorten it a little bit.
Yeah.
the box.
Click, do you agree to these terms? I don't really want to do the paperwork for this, so if you could just agree, we'll take it down to a verbal agreement. And Click's like, yes. I'll be amazing, but I'll be Click. Click the... Can you help me think of a name?
Click the Quick.
Click the Quick. That's going to be me. I'll be known as Click the Quick. I'll be real good.
Nice.
Oro is amazing.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Fuck this guy. Points to the Kenku.
Also that, yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Just start swearing. They get into a circular fuck you argument for a couple of seconds. It's just them swearing at each other. And you are left to your evening.
Where does Click go?
Click stays there to swear at the Kenku for a while.
Okay. Before we leave, I say to Click, if you need a place to stay tonight, come to the inn and I'll get you a room if you need a room.
That's so generous.
I know. I almost killed both of you tonight and now look at us.
Wow. We can be friends. Best of friends.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Best of friends.
All right, okay.
Bestest friends in the whole world.
Gotta go now. See you later.
Bye. Well, surely enough, you are able to wander the 20-30 feet across the town centre back to the tavern if that's where you want to go.
That's just like one step in between.
It's actually the same building. They're attached.
How are you going to spend your evenings, team?
I'm gonna pay the barkeeper, pay Kale.
Oh yeah,
Gold
for
bunnies.
the round of drinks that you got him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does a mail system exist here? Like in this, does it can I send a postcard? This is what I want to do.
Yes, so there'll be various organizations across the whole of Cormier. It's not, you don't have the Royal Mail, but you do have like messengers that you can hire to take things places. There are
Couriers.
there are couriers. There are larger settlements might have kind of wizards or like low-level wizards who are willing to send long-range message spells, that kind of thing.
Okay. Aura wants to spend her evening writing like a couple of postcards. She probably has like circus postcards of
Sure.
her on it, and various other circus people.
Yeah.
And I want to send one back to the circus, one back to Nesmith, and like a couple to like the main couple of towns, and wherever the goblin said that they'd been, or no, the tavern keep said that they'd come from, or something like that.
Yeah. Welloon, yeah.
Yeah. And just be like, hey, this is the actual Oro. I've heard that I found that someone has been stealing my identity. Don't worry, they've been dealt with in appropriate circumstances with the authorities. Just sending this out to be like, hey, I'm not dead. Don't make money off my name. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
So who in particular are you sending these to?
Just like the town. Can it just be like the town people in general? Like the mayor of the towns.
You can send couriers to towns and then hire
Oh god.
town couriers, like town criers. Sorry, town criers to be safe.
Aura's not dead.
Like a special address.
Aura didn't die.
Yeah. You
Well,
can
wasn't it
pay
the-
town criers to do things like advertisements.
Wasn't it the like inns that had booked through the agent, so you could just send a message to the inns and be like, "Sorry, you were duped. I'm alive." Whatever.
Yeah,
But what
yeah.
about the people who were at the taverns? You know.
Yes.
Maybe they should just get to live thinking that they've seen the Grey Oro.
But what if it was shit and they're like, oh, Aura's a bit shit. You know.
Was a bit shit.
Mm.
What's the problem?
Yeah, your image might be tarnished.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do the town crier thing.
Okay, do the town
You
crier.
can sue for damages.
See
Yeah.
for damages. I reckon with 100 gold, you could get a town crier to all of the towns from here to Welloon.
Okay, sure.
The war wizard will arrange it.
Alright.
And actually, the Kenku will pay for it as part of the damages paid to you.
Excellent.
Hey.
Even better.
So for the next week, there are town criers in Welloon, Nesmith, Gladehap. Hilp gets one. They get a message over in Hilp. Immersea and Mouth of Gargoyles.
Nice.
They all get a town crier. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, hey, hey! Oro is alive! Oro is alive! And also, there was a fake Oro, but they've been dealt with. So sorry if you saw them. I heard they were shit. It was a different goblin.
Complicated
that
situation.
Don't steal her identity, or they'll come get you.
yeah. There's PS on the end.
Mhm.
Right.
And a postcard to the circus. It's just like, hey, love you, hope you're okay, miss you, see you
XOXO.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Wait, what's that from? That's a reference.
Oh no.
It is. I can't figure
I
out
know
where
it's a
from.
reference.
Oh no.
I want to say Princess Bride, but it's not. Damn it, Malkavir, coming in here with your references.
So I didn't shoot
Anyway.
you.
Oh yes, okay. It's a real person.
Let's
Oh, it's
get.
a real person? What? Who said it?
So someone had death published in a paper, their obituary published in a paper, and they read it considering they were still alive. So like did the thing saying like, "Oh, my rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated."
Oh my god, Jesus.
Okay. Anyway, we end today's session then, I guess. Looking at the time, with you guys back in the tavern. Do you want to summarize your evening, or the rest of your evening? What you do from now until sleep time?
I think I'd just go into my room, feeling real uneasy about literally everything.
I don't really want to sit amongst all the townspeople right now.
Okay, all right.
So probably rooming it.
Rooming it, do a bit of reading.
Yeah.
All right. Haiku, you were going to sleep like the dead.
Yep. Sleep in the shell.
In the shell. Oh, extra.
Curious
Uh,
business.
Do
how
you
about
still
Aura?
get in the bed, or do you just like?
Who
What, like, do you
sleeps
get
on
in the bed and
floor?
then get in the shell?
Who
With the
sleeps in
duvet
the-
over you?
Yeah, you sleep in a bed. I'm not an animal.
What?
Arguably, we're all animals, but
Especially turtles.
What's that meant to mean? Excuse me?
I mean, on a scale of.
Digging a hole. I'm digging a hole.
An animate to
we're, all,
animal.
we're all animals, but maybe turtles are slightly more animals than everyone else. No, okay, yeah, this isn't the way to go. All right. I regret everything I say.
I'll be having words with Honu.
I'd like to make a public address, apologizing deeply for my words.
Hear ye,
today.
hear ye. I apologize.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys pay for another night at the inn. I'm going to pretend that I remember exactly how much it was and say that it
Fine.
was 10 gold, 5 gold, 5 gold.
it was
a night.
like- I think it was way less because we paid
I remember
10.
I remember it being cheap.
Yeah, we paid
3
10 at
gold.
Emercy.
Hey,
It
it's
was
3
like
gold.
1 gold per room or something.
Yeah, I think it was
fucking
one.
damn it.
Yeah, it was one.
Remember,
Oh my God,
adventurers
fine, 1
ruin the
gold.
economy, remember?
Yeah, 1 gold.
rid of
Jesus.
that We should do this every
I
time.
just kept saying things. People kept fucking giving me different suggestions. Oh, I rolled over on that one. I should have been at 100 gold each.
Nope.
Motherfuckers.
Imagine. We would have stayed there.
No, it would not have.
All right. Oh, in that case, we end today's session. Wow. All kinds of shit happened today. And yet not that much. Both lots and not much happened.
Jenny's like, I beg to differ.
But fortunately, we've now got Haiku out of their rut. Haiku is no longer grumpy. We had a couple of spooky dreams. We've got Nurli is a couple steps closer to getting their memory back. Randall's done a bit of reading,
As you do.
and Oro has righted a wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And did so amicably. Well, not amicably. Did so peacefully.
Very
Did
peaceful.
so by the technical letter of the law.
No murder. That's the
Mm-mm,
important bit.
mm-mm.
No murder. Okay. Well, in that case, we can end our session today, since it's now 10 o'clock. Say thank you, everyone, for joining us. Yes,
Mhm.
very good. Very good.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, very good.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
I hope that we can play again next weekend, but I don't remember what's happening because I felt a little bit rusty at the beginning of today, and oh my god. However, I would like to say that I've got some spicy stuff planned for the next time that lore gets dropped. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, it's getting real
Spicy,
spicy.
hot, fresh lore.
Fresh lore. It's getting real spicy up in here. Things gonna get good. So I mean, join us next week if we're live at the same time, same place.
Yes, yes.
What are you gonna do, Jenny? You gonna do
We
a little
end
stream
it.
after this?
We'll see how I feel. I don't know. I'll say in Discord if I do.
All right, do you want to raid somebody?
Someone's got someone to raid. We can.
Nobody on my list.
I think your friend Charlie's on. Not your friend, the person you know. Let me refresh, make sure.
Yeah.
You've rated them before, and that's the only reason I know them. So
Yeah, Charlie's a good friend of mine. How long has he been playing for? Only an hour. Okay. All right. He's playing Final Fantasy. It's a little different from D&D, but if you want to come by and just put some hearts in or something, and then go about your day, then that would be much appreciated.
But if you haven't started Endwalker, maybe don't, because you're probably going to be spoiled.
Oh yeah, maybe don't. Yeah, we're careful about spoilers. All right. Thanks for hanging, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There you go.